Well, good morning, Interbet fans, and welcome to the preview for Greyville. We're on the Polytrack Wednesday, the 8th of November, and start off heartbreaking stuff for the Afghanis. They let the Australians in the back door, and the Australians stormed through the front door. But the Afghanis have only themselves to blame. They should have won that game in a canter. Sloppy fielding, bad catching, and then some really bad bowling. Allowed Glenn Maxwell to boss them into the winner's enclosure. So let's kick off with race 1 on the Poly. As you know, this is a poor program, a 1200 meter maiden plate, and I'm going for the favorite number 2, Yanakis. 2 very good runs, first 2 starts, but it's got to go on the Poly. The booking of Richard Fourie is quite significant. He rode at the time before last, and I think this is the horse they all have to beat. Big Danger 3, T-Rex. Com Naidu's runner has shown some very good form earlier on, and expect this one to improve. The second favourite is I Surrender. Now, this horse would probably surrender on the Polytrack because I assure you his Polytrack form is poor. In fact, his worst runs have been on the Polytrack. Out of his last 4 runs, two of his last 4 have been awful. So, surrender he will do. Race 2, maiden handicap, 1600 meters. Well, when you get maiden handicaps, have a close look and see what's well handicapped in the race. And the best handicapped horse in this race, in my opinion, is number 2, King's Island. He's well drawn at 2. He gets the whole caboodle, blinkers, tongue-tie, the whole lot. Going over the right type of trip. 52 to carry. Wow, he's got to be very, very hard to beat. So, what are the rest of them? If you look at this race, it's very interesting because the top weight has got 57.5. That's Scampton. He's got to give weight to King's Island. He'll find that difficult. And then there's 56.5. Connoisseur might improve on the Poly. And 56, Josephine's Pride, 58, Josephine's Pride, 58, that's got to give 6 kilos to King's Island. I'm going strongly King's Island. Race 3, merit-rated handicap, they got 1600 meters. 9, Rodriguez, this is my top choice, gets a 4 kilogram claimer. This kid has got to ride a couple from a bad draw today. He's got to be patient, as he was on Laf's horse that won the other day. But he's has still got a lot to learn, and this will give him some experience. The horses to beat are 3, 6 Hoxflicks with Richard Fourie. Now that's well drawn at 3. Sugar Blast won his last 2 extremely well for Tinny Prinsloo and Serena Moodley, and I expect him to go well here too. And then Ubuto, always competitive, but he's a stable companion to 6 Hoxflicks. Will be interesting to see which of the ones, the 2, the money comes for, owned by the betting company. Race 4, merit-rated 77, 1200 meters. I make it a 2-horse race. I like 1, Joshua Hotsnake. I think he's a very good value, and I certainly have an each-way bet on him. He's drawn wide his last 3 starts, and now he gets draw 1. If you go back in his form, last time he won, he beat Senor Garcia when he was drawn 3 out of 9 over the course and distance. Over the course, at least, distance is a bit shorter, 1200. Give me a rainbow. Rachel Venica's ride, I think, is a big, big danger. Ignora's last start lost his shoe, and Carl Hewitson stables in fine form. Expected to go really well. Time Together is your favourite. Gets a 4 kilogram claimer, and he shows pace and good win last time. So it will be interesting to see Lahiba, whether he can take this one to the front and ride it at a reasonable pace. Look for Purple Operator to improve with Richard Fourie. Race 5, 1400 meter, merit-rated handicap. Okay, we'll get that frog gone. Here, Natsili gets a ride on Winter Waves, drawn 7 out of 8, and this is another opportunity for him to give a horse a chance and run on, because this horse loves to run on. If you go back 3 runs and watch how he won, he came from way behind them to win easily. So he needs a good pace in the race, and I think he'll get it here. Captain Who's got to be the big danger. way ahead on the speed rating, got good form, everything you like about him. He was drawn 10 out of 10 last time, and I make it an absolute two-horse race. Big outsider, number 1, High Velocity. Race 6, Mary Raider 65, 1400 meters, and this is a very difficult race indeed. As far as the favourite's concerned, Sino Garcia, Woodley's ridden it the last twice, run 2 good races, but he is limited. Sino Garcia's won 2 out of 28. He's always there or thereabouts, but this is one of those fields where lots of horses got chances. Final Destiny is ridden by Fourie, that's drawn 9. Got to have a big chance. He's got form all of the time, third run, but does he like the poly track? That's my big question. He seems to be much better on the turf, and I'll wait for him to get back on the turf. Brass Bell, improved last run. Wave Warrior gets the blinkers. I think that might improve him. Ignore his last start. They took the blinkers off. They shouldn't be allowed to do that, unless he's going to run in future without blinkers. So, race 7, Mary Raider 77, 1700 meters, 4-cornered contest. 10's my top choice, Petit Verdot, Richard Fourie, for Garth Puller. Got very good form, this filly, and she deserves a change of luck. 8, Bosnay is the best filly in the race, a 3-year-old, but at the weight she's got a lot to do here, but she's got very good form. 11, Lily Bell might be the find of the race at 16-1. Rachel rides it, and you'd expect it to be running on really well. And then the 4th one that I liked here is number 7, Reckless Love. Very consistent, this daughter of Marchfield, and certainly has got better with age. She's always competitive. Put her into your play. So from me, James Goodman, whole Interbet team, have a great day's racing at Greyville.